as an Israelite. Yeah. Ooh, we've gotta keep the commandment. I was tired of being fed up. So I got the Bible and opened it up, yeah. And I saw that I was living wrong, wild and out, yes I was. Now I do my best to follow these laws, oh yeah. And I decided I would stop playing games. I don't wanna be the same like I used to be, oh no. I'ma change my life, I'ma do things right, yeah. And even when it's hard, I gotta be faithful like it used to be. I'ma do my best to keep the commandment, oh yeah. See, I played both sides too much, and the truth out the truth, back and forth too much. No, this time I'm gonna be faithful, that's for sure, yeah. Cause I don't wanna live the way I did before, oh, no. So I decided I'ma stop, yeah. I don't wanna be the same. I don't wanna be the same, no. I'ma change my life, I'ma do things right, yeah. And even when it gets hard, I gotta be faithful like it used to be. And I'ma do my best to keep the commandment. Yes, I am. If I stay faithful, he'll be faithful to me. Hey. He won't let me fall down. He won't let me fall down. Oh, I know. He loves me. Cause he died for me. Yeah. And all of his right, yeah. I'ma stop playing games. I don't wanna be the same like I used to be, no. I'ma change my life, I'ma do things right. Starting today, I'ma live a different way. When it's hard, it gets hard sometimes. Faithful like it is, that's alright. I'ma do my best. To keep the commandment. To keep the commandment.
Shalom, everybody.
Shalom. All right, get started out with Psalms 119, verse 104. Through thy precepts I get understanding, therefore I hate every false way.
Oh, man, that's a good verse to start with today.
Always.
I mean, really good verse to start with today. Read it one more time. I'll say it one more time.
Through thy precepts I get understanding,
Yeah.
therefore I hate every false way.
Get understanding.
Through the precepts.
Through the precepts.
Yeah.
Mike, Carlos, we had a question come in.
Alright.
And it was in Revelation. So, in the book of Revelation, you gotta, it's written in kind of a code, but the things that the words represent is in the Old Testament.
Yeah.
So you got to know where to go get, or in the New Testament, but it's all in code. Is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
So you got to have the precepts to understand what it is saying.
In other words, you got to confirm it somewhere else.
Exactly.
Okay.
So
All right.
the verse, the question was Revelation 14, 4, I believe it was. What's 4 say?
Revelation chapter 14, verse 4. These are they which were not defiled with women, for they are virgins.
Yeah.
These are they which followed the Lamb whithersoever he goeth. These were redeemed from among men, being the first fruits unto God and to the Lamb.
Okay, so that was the verse, and the question was, or the statement was, somebody told me that it means something different than what you all say it means. It means they told her that it meant that these are men who were not ruled by their wives.
Oh Lord.
I said, what verse that is? What a precept? You know, I asked her today. I
Never
said,
been ruled by their wife.
Yeah, men who are not being ruled by their wives.
Okay.
So I said, did he give you? I said, what? I said, did he give you any scripture to back it up?
Yeah.
No, that's all he said. I said, at paradigm shift, you can't say because I said so.
Right.
You know, we gotta have some precepts.
Yeah.
I wore this shirt on purpose. Nietzsche wore maybe this shirt.
Line upon line.
We're the precept.
Yeah.
So let's start at 1 and read the whole thing. Let's see what.
14.
Yep.
Yeah. Let's see who these they were.
Revelation chapter 14, starting at verse 1. And I looked, and lo, a lamb stood on the Mount Sion, and with him 144,000, having his father's name written in their foreheads.
Having his father's name written in their forehead. His father's. That's something. The Lamb. We know who the Lamb is.
Christ.
These 144,000 have his father, the Lamb's father, name written in their forehead.
Right.
Okay. Hold that. I mean, just don't forget that part. Go ahead.
Verse 2. And I heard a voice from heaven, and as the voice of many waters, and as the voice of a great thunder. And I heard the voice of harpers harping with their harps. And they sung as it were a new song before the throne, and before the 4 beasts, and the elders. And no man could learn that song but the 144,000, which were redeemed from the earth. These are they which were not defiled with women.
These are they. Talking about the 144. Not defiled with women. Go ahead.
For they are virgins. These are they which follow the Lamb whithersoever he goeth. These were redeemed from among men, being the first fruits unto God and to the Lamb.
These were. Give me the next one.
And in their mouth was found no guile, for they are without fault before the throne of God.
Carlos, I'm gonna try to talk. Well, can you give me guile? What is guile? Do you have a definition for guile?
I sure do.
Deceitful.
That's what it's at?
Gal.
That is. You're right.
Yep.
Deceit. She's gonna get to meet everybody.
First of them. Where's Gal at?
Yeah,
Guile is 14:5. Okay.
Yeah, 14:5.
The 144,000 had no guile. They had their fathers. It's a what? A trick.
That is figuratively wow.
Oh, it's 14.
Yeah.
Deceit.
That's why I couldn't find it.
Sorry.
Yeah. Okay. So it's interesting that he put that there because, and this goes back to there's the father's name written in the forehead. You know, there is a father here on earth who specializes in guile. You know, deceit.
Yeah.
And tricks.
Yeah.
But not these 144. It says they're virgins. Virgins. Are these physical virgins or spiritual virgins?
I'm glad you said that.
Right.
Because I'm
Go
going to
ahead.
give you the biblical usage of that word defiled. You said they was defiled. They were not defiled
Yeah, not defiled.
by women.
Right.
Used in the New Testament of those who have not kept themselves pure from the defilement of sin, who have soiled themselves by fornication and adultery.
Oh.
So, you just said, is this physical or spiritual
Oh,
defilement.
oh,
You okay?
my back.
Okay. So if we talking spiritual, spiritual, then these 144,000 have never been defiled by.
Another God.
Oh, that's right. If we talking spiritual, they've never been defiled by another god. They've never taken on. Let me Mike, go ahead and take it off from there. Yeah,
Okay.
spiritual
Spiritual
defilement.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll be right back.
What you say? You caught me off guard. I was looking up a word. Spiritual defilement is it's hard to focus on that. Spiritual defilement is naturally once sin it become a part of one's life, going against the law of commandment. That's what spiritual defilement is. So to say that they have never been defiled with women is a figurative language of I would take it to mean the adultery that Israel had with other gods that betrayed the one true God, and that is what I see the spiritual relationship of who are virgins, meaning that they have never been associated with false gods. Make sense?
Yep.
Okay. Now, I don't know where he was going with all of that in retrospect, but I've always concluded before really just put my mind to it that it was physical. I just assumed it was physical, like literally a man and woman. But like BJ was starting out to lead us into discussion, it's spiritual. And if it's spiritual, then it has to relate to the woman of adultery with a false god. This is new. This is new to me. I didn't know he had a problem. Okay. So, don't try. This morning. Okay. You two talk, so I don't know where y'all were going with this.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Okay.
I was reaching up for a towel this morning. Pull something in my back.
Okay.
A towel. Yeah, reaching for the towel. Oh, man. Getting old, man. I was reaching awkwardly, you know. Oh, man. I know it. Now I want to pick this up. Oh, man. Okay. So Mike.
Back to verse 4,
Yeah.
I suppose, right?
Sorry, Mike.
Well, I could have went. I didn't want to go my own direction because I knew what it meant to me. But you two had talked, and I didn't want to be going left.
Right. Yeah, I didn't
going right.
want to put you out there like that. I'm sorry.
Right on.
I had to attend to that.
Yeah.
A lot of these caps and stuff, they when you don't believe the Bible as it's written, you got to make up stuff to make it fit something that you want to believe.
Right.
And a lot of them don't believe in baptism. They say you wash by the water, by the word. You know, wash the water by the word. Right? And so now when you get to this verse here, now you got to, I can't say it means baptism and you're a new creature. You're a virgin again. You're fit to be married back. So now we got to make up something. And this will be good. Not run by their wives. At the same time, to keep our wives in check.
There you go. That's
know?
their whole motive.
Yeah. So, and that's what it came up with.
Yep.
No precepts, no nothing.
Yep.
You know, just That's what it means.
Yeah.
No, let's see what it means.
Yep.
Let's go to 2 Corinthians 11:2.
Okay. 2 Corinthians chapter 11, starting at verse 2. For I am jealous over you with godly jealousy. For I have espoused you to one husband, that I may present you as a chaste virgin to Christ.
Chase Vert. So hold on. Go ahead. Mike, you did explain. I didn't hear all of it. You explained the. I gave that definition what it said in the defilement,
Right.
and so BJ had brought out that is he talking spiritually?
Yeah.
Right.
As far as that, so that's one of the precepts right there.
Yeah.
When he said that I'm a jealous God.
Right.
What is he jealous over? Israel committing spiritual adultery. And so that's exactly what we were saying in Revelations,
Right.
that when he said go back to that right quick. I want to make sure 14:4. Yeah.
14:4.
Revelation 14, verse 4.
Yeah.
These are they which were not defiled with women.
Well, not defined with women. Now remember, y'all, what do we say about spiritually the woman? Who was the woman? That said that I am no widow is in Revelation. He said he drunk the wine of her fornication. The
Or
woman.
Babylon.
Who was the woman?
Or Babylon.
No. At that in that sense, who was the woman? That we drunk the wine of her fornication. That's who?
Wrong.
That's Rome. The churches. Remember that's what we're talking about. That's who the woman is.
Catholicism.
So now if we go back to 14:4, it said
These are they which were not defiled with women
was not defined by who?
by Rome.
Religion. That's what he's talking about. We're
Those
talking about
earthly religious
There you go.
kingdom that Satan said.
There you go. They were not defiled by it. That's what he's talking about. Okay. Because we talking about metaphorically. This is metaphorically. Revelation is a book about metaphors. And you got to understand spiritually what is going on. And so, okay, go ahead.
For they are virgins.
They virgins?
These are they which follow the Lamb whithersoever he goeth. These were redeemed from among men,
Yep.
being the firstfruits unto God and to the Lamb.
Okay, so now we understand what he's talking about here. When we say it wasn't defiled by women. So like BJ was saying, you take one scripture and you try to bring up your own motive behind what you're doing.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, a lot of these camps and the Israelite camps and those type of camps, they treat women bad. They treat women bad. They treat them like second nature. I've seen some of them, on the videos, and sometimes when they do their studies, the women are over on this side, men on this side, and during the study, women can't say nothing. They can't open their mouth.
Wow.
And so they need something in the scriptures to back up what they're doing, because a lot of other people going to be saying it and be like, why y'all treating that? Well, go to Revelation 14:4. We'll tell you why we're doing it. And it ain't had nothing to do with that. We're talking spiritually what's going on. Okay, so now we can go, understand the woman he's talking about had been defiled by the 144,000 by religion and all those other things. Now we can go to what BJ is talking about in 2 Corinthians 11. Okay. You good? Okay.
Yeah. And back to the
2 Corinthians 11.
Okay. You killed that. New creature.
Yeah.
5 what?
17.
Get that for me.
2 Corinthians.
Second round.
5, is that what you said?
I think it's 5. Isn't it?
5 to 17.
Yeah. 2 Corinthians chapter 5, verse 17. Therefore, if any man be in Christ, he is a new creature. Old things are passed away. Behold, all things are become new.
Now he's talking to baptized believers at the
Right.
church of Corinth.
Right.
So they've been baptized. They're new creatures.
Yeah.
They're virgins again. They hadn't been. It says, let's go back to the verse of Revelation. You back? It says,
14 first.
hold on one second.
4.
Yeah. These are they which were not defiled with women. Well, they are virgins.
Yep.
They're baptized.
Yeah.
They're new creatures.
Yeah.
These are they which follow the Lamb wherever he goeth. These were redeemed from among men.
Mm-hmm.
No, there's one thing for me when I read this in the past. I didn't conclude that these mentioned in verse 4 came from the time period when Christ was on earth. Didn't necessarily say that.
Right.
It could have been some. You follow what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so I never have concluded that it happened when he got here.
Right.
I mean, if you follow the context of the Old Covenant, they were very devout, faithful people,
Yeah.
men who didn't defile themselves with false gods.
That's right.
So he don't give a timeline here to just tell you who these people are.
Right.
And having said that, I think that's you ever notice that after the Book of Acts, you don't see much about the church in Jerusalem no more.
Right.
Right?
You know, it's always focused on these satellite churches.
Is you remember whenever Christ cursed that fig tree?
Yeah.
Is that a representation of that?
Exactly.
Yep.
He cursed the city. He cursed Jerusalem.
Right.
You know, and so it's cursed. Matter of fact, you see Paul taking up money for it. You know, because the saints there, it's a famine there. Now, it's cursed.
Still cursed.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, seriously,
Oh yeah.
think about what's going on.
Right.
Don't miss the sign.
Right.
Yeah.
And so it ain't long after Christ comes and leaves, rather. If it's a cursed city, how much good can be going on there?
Right.
You know?
Right.
That's right.
When Jesus healed the blind man at Bethsaida,
Mm-hmm.
he had to take him out of the city
So did.
because he had cursed that city.
Right.
He had to take him out of the city just to heal him.
Right.
You know,
That's right.
So he couldn't even do no work in there.
That's right.
So I guess what I'm saying is how much conversion could have been going on in Jerusalem before the Romans came.
Yeah.
A couple few years later,
Yeah.
and cleaned house.
So
you
did.
know,
Yeah.
and once the Romans get in charge, then that's when all the false religions start coming.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so I'm sure. I don't know how many. We don't know how many will see it, or you know, till death.
Yeah.
You know, because a bullet, a gun inside your head, will make you do some things you ain't thought you could.
Right.
You know, so we don't know.
Yeah.
But we know we still here.
Right.
You know.
Yep.
And Tino made the point last night. Well, it didn't say he's coming right after the 144,000 are sealed,
Right.
but it is a requirement for him
We
to
do
come
know
back.
that. Yep.
Right.
That's right.
And so all we want to do is make sure we in the number.
Yeah, exactly.
We want to keep the commandments. You know?
Exactly. And on sidebar with that, what you said, the most Christ cursed that city,
Yeah.
cursed it. So that's a red flag right there, y'all. When we listen to other camps and Israelites, they're saying that we need to get together and go back to our land. For what? That land is cursed. And the Most High said that there was going to be a new heaven and a new earth. That's what we get prepared for. Not to gather ourselves back together, Israel, and go back to Israel, our land. That's not Most High's anymore. It's defiled. He cursed it. And that's why you have all of those things that's going over in Israel today. Because it said in the new Israel, it said it will study war no more. There will be peace. But there ain't nothing but. There's no peace going on over there.
Right.
So that's not it. That's not Israel. That's not Most High's land anymore.
Right.
It's defiled, and so be careful for the ones that say to Israel, we need to go back to our land. You go back over there if you want to. Most High ain't in there. Most High's not there. The new heaven, new earth. That's the new Jerusalem.
Right.
That's what he's talking about, and that's not it over there.
You're right.
Actually, it won't, my understanding of scripture, it won't be, Jerusalem won't be the Messiah's until he do the 1,000-year reign.
That's right. That's right. Yep.
He's coming down with a new
Coming
earth.
down with it. That's right.
New earth.
That's it. Yep.
Coming down
Okay.
with the city.
Yep.
But there's a lot of scripture that talk about the woman as being, the church. There's two women in Revelation.
Yeah.
We flip over to Revelation 17. You see a woman. Well, just start at one. Let's read about this other woman,
Okay.
and there are two women.
Yep.
The women represent the church.
Mm-hmm.
It's either the Most High's church,
Yep.
or the Satan's church. Let's read about this other church.
Okay. Revelation chapter 17, starting at verse 1. And there came one of the seven angels which had the seven vials, and talked with me, saying unto me, Come hither, and I will show unto thee the judgment of the great whore that sitteth upon many waters.
Great whore that sits upon many
Many
waters.
waters.
Hold on, wait a minute, 1 second before you read further. The great whore that sits upon many. Well, people don't understand that we're still under Rome,
Right.
and until Christ comes back, we're gonna be under Rome.
That's right. It's the last beast.
Right there, I put that up not too long ago. These are all the military bases that the United States, Rome,
Yep.
has around the world. Now you talk about a great whore that sits on many waters.
Yeah.
Okay, well go ahead. Let's see what else.
Yep.
With verse 2, with whom the kings of the earth have committed fornication.
With who?
With whom the kings of the earth have committed fornication.
Oh, wait a minute. Let me see if I got something on that. I'm in the wrong. Okay, here we go. What I want. Church. All right, the kings of the earth.
Yep.
Okay, man.
Ooh.
With everybody. Look at me. Everybody. That's the king of all the earth right there. Kings of all the country. Looking at the Pope
Yep.
on the Megatron.
Yep.
Okay. Keep going.
Let me start back over verse 2. With whom the kings of the earth have committed fornication, and the inhabitants of the earth have been made drunk with the wine of her fornication.
The drunk with the wine. Carlos, I heard you say something about some wine. Eh?
Yeah. That's it.
With the wine of her fornication.
Uh-huh.
Fornicating that religion
Yep.
with all the kings of the earth. Okay, go ahead.
Verse 3. So he carried me away in the spirit into the wilderness, and I saw a woman sit upon a scarlet-colored beast,
Oh, a scarlet colored beast? Oh, scarlet, okay.
full of names of blasphemy,
Okay.
having 7 heads and 10 horns.
They were gonna kill, they were gonna stone Christ for
Yeah.
blasphemy.
Yep.
They said, because you made yourself equal to God.
Yep.
Blasphemy, we're gonna stone you. Well, same thing the Pope said. Pope said he is Christ on earth. So that position is the vicar of Christ. Look it up.
That's right.
That's what. So you said, read that again.
So he carried me away in the spirit into the wilderness, and I saw a woman sit upon a scarlet-colored beast, full of names of blasphemy,
Blasphemy. Okay. Vicar of Christ. Go ahead.
having 7 heads and 10 horns.
Rome is the city that sits on 7 hills. Go ahead.
And the woman was arrayed in purple and scarlet color.
Purple and scarlet color. Look at that. Purple and scarlet color.
Yep.
Yep.
Purple and scarlet. Go ahead.
And decked with gold and precious stones and
With
pearls,
gold.
having
Precious stone. I'm sorry.
yep,
Yeah, I know you can't see TV. Go ahead.
having a golden cup in her hand full of abominations
Oh, what's in the cup? Go
and
ahead.
filthiness of her fornication.
Uh-huh.
And upon her forehead was a name written, Mystery,
Yeah.
Babylon the Great.
Mystery Babylon. Why Mystery Babylon? Because like I said, Carlos always bring out on Easter and Christmas and showing that all that stuff is Babylonian. It comes from Babylon.
Yeah.
When you read about the head wound of one of the beasts, it's Babylon. It tells you it's the first beast.
That's right.
It has a head wound because the next 2 empires don't deal with it.
Yeah.
But the third empire, Rome, brings it back to life. And now we have Christmas and Easter and everything else.
Yeah.
So that's That's the head wound. But they got us looking around for somebody who gonna get shot in the head and live.
Yes.
Antichrist, they call it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, they got you being Antichrist every week,
Yeah.
once a week,
Yeah.
Right.
sometimes two. Go ahead.
Yep.
I'm going to start over at verse 5.
Uh-huh.
And upon her forehead was a name written, Mystery, Babylon the Great, the mother of harlots and abominations of the earth.
I gotta get that. Hold on one second.
Yeah.
One more thing. One more thing, and I'm gonna leave it alone. The mother of harlots.
There it is.
Hold on. Oh, if I can get up. Take that.
Gotta take the time.
Take it down.
Get it walking again.
Mike.
What we're reading about here is in the Bible. This is the Bible area right here. In the Roman Catholic Church, we just said that when the Romans came in,
Yep.
they got the records now.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to mix Christianity with whatever.
Yeah.
And now you get all these. That's why she's the mother.
That's it.
Mother of what?
Harlots.
Harlots.
That's it.
Harlots sleep with anybody.
That, so now we go back to 14:4, y'all. These are they which were not defiled by
Women. Harlots.
women. Right there. That's what 14:4 is talking about.
Doctrine.
That's it. Precept upon precept.
She's the mother of harlots. I'll tell you. Y'all done heard me say it before. I'm trying to talk loud for the camera a little bit. I used to be right here. And every Sunday we did the Apostle Creed. And we say, I believe in the
Roman Catholic Church.
Roman Catholic Church.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness.
And I
The
said,
mother. The
wow.
mother.
The mother.
Yeah.
Yep.
Giving the homage to the mother.
Yep.
But I'm way down here. And I said, why do we say that? We ain't Catholic. But yes, we was.
Yeah, you was.
Our mama was.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, you were her kid.
So. Yep.
Okay. Go ahead. Let's finish that up to 6 then.
Okay. Verse 6. And I saw the woman drunken with the blood of the saints and with the blood of the martyrs of Jesus. And when I saw her, I wondered with great admiration.
Okay. I think it was Apocalypse of Paul or Peter, Carlos, was talking about those martyrs. People who died
Yep.
believing in that lie.
Yep.
But they were martyrs. They lived it to the best of their ability because they didn't know no better.
Right.
And he called them martyrs.
Yep. So did.
And so, don't worry about them.
Right.
They thought they were doing right.
Right.
You know,
Exactly.
Christ knows the
He
heart.
knows. There you
I
go.
mean, God knows it. Yeah.
Yep.
So we don't have to worry about it.
That's right.
Let's see if I want something else like that. Well, we kind of went over it, but I'll do it anyway. Go ahead. Keep going.
Keep going.
Yeah.
Verse 7. And the angel said unto me, Wherefore didst thou marvel? I will tell thee the mystery of the woman and of the beast that carrieth her, which hath the 7 heads and 10 horns.
Now hold on. I'll tell you the woman, which is the church, and the beast that carries her. The beast is always in the Bible. The beast is the country.
Right.
That's it.
So I'm gonna tell you about the woman, the church,
Yep.
and I'm gonna tell you about the country that's carrying the woman.
That's right.
Roman
Wrong.
Catholic Church.
Yep.
So, okay, go ahead.
Verse 8. The beast that thou sawest was and is not, and shall ascend out of the bottomless pit, and go into perdition.
Yeah.
And they that dwell on the earth shall wonder, whose names were not written in the book of life from the foundation of the world, when they behold the beast that was, and is not,
It is not.
and yet is.
And yet is. It was.
Yeah.
Babylon.
Babylon.
It is not at the time he's writing because he United States.
What, the country?
Yeah. Ain't even a country yet.
That's right.
And what?
And
it
yet
is
is.
not. And
Yep.
yet is.
And yet is.
And yet is because
It's back again.
There you go.
the Roman Catholic Church, revitalized.
Yeah.
What's the word I was looking for?
That's good.
The tradition.
That's good.
Yeah.
Revitalized the Babylonian religion.
Yeah, the doctrine. Yeah.
The doctrine.
Yeah.
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 So that's what we're talking about now.
That's what America is.
You can keep going.
Oh, nah, man. Unless you got something you want to get out of there, Kevin?
No, they're good. Yeah,
I want to answer.
that's good.
Go ahead.
No, I think you started out the lesson talking about scriptures being written in code.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people will say, why would he do that?
Right.
And that's
Exactly,
what
man.
separates people from appreciating the scriptures or even valuing them. Because people think if God is God, he wouldn't hide something that he wanted me to know.
That's right.
But it goes right back to what Christ demonstrated with the Pharisees.
Yeah.
He knew their heart. But he said the mystery of the kingdom is not for them enough.
Yeah.
There you go. Let's get there. That's good, man.
Yeah.
Get Matthew 13.
There you go.
You started one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Matthew chapter 13, starting at verse 1.
You said, Mike, that why is it written like that? Why is it
Yeah, people will challenge me. That's why
Right.
I don't preach value the scriptures.
Right.
Because it's complex.
Well, there's a couple of well, Christ is gonna tell you why.
Right.
But we know through scriptures, if you're not keeping commandments, if you're not keeping the Sabbath,
Right.
You ain't gonna
he's
see
not
it.
gonna reveal nothing to you.
Right.
And so what BJ always talk about, your spiritual ceiling is gonna hit so
Only
at
go
a
so
point.
Yeah.
He's not gonna reveal those things, the mysteries of the scriptures to you if you're not keeping commandments. He
Yeah.
said it in the scriptures.
Right.
You keep commandments and you keeping the Sabbath, I will reveal myself to you.
Right.
Ezekiel 20:20, I would
Be
the
a
signs
servant.
and yeah.
Right.
He's not going to do that. And so that's why when we read it, we're not reading it with the full understanding of what
Right.
it means to Most
Exactly.
High.
You
We're not
can't.
keeping those
You
things. You
can't.
can't. He's not going to reveal that to you.
Right.
And so that's when the scales came off our eyes and we started going back to keeping commandments and everything. We read the same scripture thousands of times in church and then we came back into the truth and we read and we're like, oh my God.
Right.
That's what that meant.
Mm-hmm.
But we never, why can I never see that? Because we was not walking in the truth yet. He's not going to, I change not. That's what he said, Mike. I'm not going to change my mind. So once you come into the truth and be obedient to the laws, back to the commandments, then he reveals this book to us.
Yep.
It's going to reveal the mysteries of the book to us. But watch what he told his disciples, because they had the same problem.
Right. Matthew chapter 13, start at verse 1. The same day went Jesus out of the house and sat by the seaside, and great multitudes were gathered together unto him, so that he went into a ship and sat, and the whole multitude stood on the shore. And he spake many things unto them in parables.
In what?
In parables.
In parables.
Saying, Behold, a sower went forth to sow. And when he sowed, some seeds fell by the wayside, and the fowls came and devoured them up. Some fell upon stony places, where they had not much earth. And forthwith they sprung up, because they had no deepness of earth.
Yeah.
And when the sun was up, they were scorched. And because they had no root, they withered away. And
Now,
some,
wait a minute.
Okay.
just by reading those parables right now, basically everybody in this room, you understand what he's talking about.
Right.
You understand what he's talking about now. Wow.
Yeah.
Simple.
Right. We understand it now. Okay, go ahead. But we couldn't
Right.
get the full understanding of what was he been saying when we didn't have that.
Yeah.
Right.
We didn't understand
That
it the way it was.
ceiling
The ceiling, Mike. We couldn't understand it now.
Sky's the limit now.
we see the spiritual part of what Christ was talking about.
Right.
Now we see it. Okay.
I'm going to start over at verse 6. And when the sun was up, they were scorched, and because they had no root, they withered away. And some fell among thorns, and the thorns sprung up and choked them.
Wait a
But
minute. Hold on. You said they had no root.
Yeah.
they had no root.
Read that part again.
And when the sun was up, they were scorched,
Yeah.
and because they had no root, they withered away.
No root.
This Sunday, they want you to not have no root. That's why
There
they
you
tell
go.
you to start in Matthew.
That's
but
right.
The root starts
There you go.
in Genesis.
Right.
Yep.
And so this is that guy. This is that guy we just looked up.
Mm-hmm.
Start in Matthew.
Yep.
Well, you don't know what you're reading.
Right.
If the things that Christ was supposed to be fulfilled is written in the Old Testament, when he said you don't know
Right.
what he's
Right.
fulfilling, you know that. Imagine being a New Testament Christian back then, I know this ain't no such thing, but I'm just saying, imagine Christ coming.
Yeah.
And you have no background on what he's supposed to do. But, I know I'm jumping all over the place. Hold on one second.
Go ahead.
When John was in jail,
Yeah.
and he said, "Hey, look, I've been here a couple of days now. No, he cuz don't come get out.
Right.
Go ask him, is he the one,
What's up, cuz?
or should we look for another?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
What did he tell him to go back and tell John?
Mm-hmm.
All the things that he's
He
doing.
didn't say I'm the one.
So didn't.
He didn't say, yeah, I'm the one. Oh, he said, you go back and tell John that the
Blind see,
blind see,
Uh-huh.
sicker heals.
sick of eat. What?
That's Old Testament, ain't it?
And that's Old Testament. And John's supposed to know
That's right.
that because all that is happening,
Yeah.
Right.
then he won.
That's right.
You know,
There you go.
He ain't giving no straight answer. You ought to know about
You
me.
should know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's the same way today.
That's right.
That's why
That's good.
we sound crazy to a lot of people.
Right.
You know, Matt, go ahead.
That's
I'm
good.
Get something
Yeah.
when you get finished.
Okay. I'm going to start over at verse 7. And some fell among thorns, and the thorns sprung up and choked them. But other fell into good ground,
Good ground.
and brought forth fruit, some an 100-fold, some 60-fold, some 30-fold.
And then what he say?
Who have ears to hear,
Uh-huh.
let him hear.
There you go.
Some thorns choked you.
Uh-huh. All right.
What might that look like? I don't know. Some thorns choked.
Yeah.
Thorns.
Choke the word.
Anything that, you know, when people get a hold of this truth and they get excited about it,
Right.
and they dog tearing up, and they want to share it,
Yeah.
and then you run it back to the preacher, they snatch it right out of you and call you crazy and cold and all this old stuff.
Yeah.
They take it right out of you.
Yeah.
You know, it steal your joy, your enthusiasm
Yeah.
about it and everything.
Yeah.
And then choke it right out of you.
That's good. Yeah.
You know,
I think 13:21 talks about what you just said.
Yeah, he explains it.
It puts like a, you know when you got whoopings and you got to cry and you got that little
a lump in your throat.
lump in your throat. That's how you feel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They tell you like
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That's good. Yeah. Yep.
But
All right, but watch this, y'all. You got you done?
I'm done.
Okay. All right, now watch this.
Verse 10. And the disciples came and said unto him, Why speakest thou unto them in parables? He answered and said unto them,
Watch this.
Because it is given unto you,
Given to who?
unto you,
You.
to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven.
But what?
But to them it is not given.
But to them. So there it is, Mike. It's given unto you, the ones that keeps my law, keeps my commandments.
yeah.
But to them that does not, my father's
know.
not going to give that to them.
If we had went back a little bit further to the, I think 12, I believe it was. 12 is where Christ had healed somebody and he said, oh, he does this on the power of Beelzebub.
Yeah.
But before they said that, his message was open. He didn't speak in parables.
Right.
And he said, okay, y'all say I'm there. Okay.
Right.
I'm just going to talk to the ones who
That will understand.
yeah.
Right.
Or even if they don't understand,
I'm
they'll.
gonna give it to them later.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Out of
exactly.
your presence.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you already shown your heart. Ain't no even me even
Right.
fooling with you.
Right.
I concentrate on the ones who want to
My
know,
sheep.
and I know the ones who want to know because they'll holler at me later.
Right.
You know, they'll search
Yeah.
these things out.
No, not in all applications, even with our family and friends or strangers. But he is the model of our conduct with the heart stubborn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's telling you right now, follow me.
Right.
As I do, you do.
Yeah.
You give them respect. You think you helping them, you hurting them worse than you feel when you just ignore them and move on.
Right.
If they don't want to hear it.
Yeah.
Now, that's not everybody.
That's true. That's true.
But the Spirit will guide you.
Right. Exactly. The spirit will
Don't
get
overrule
you.
the spirit.
Right.
I mean, the scripture, it does say, cast not your pearls.
Come on, just one.
That's what he's saying. If those the ones are unbelievers or they don't want to receive it, why are you trying to force it?
Right.
Why are you trying to force the
Right.
the mysteries and the on them and they don't want it?
Right.
And the Most High knows the heart of everybody. Can't force nobody.
Why you trying
That's
to
like giving.
Yeah.
Would you give a person that's an alcoholic? Would you give them a bottle? Would the Most High give a person that has a drinking problem? Would it be detrimental to give them a bottle of wine, or a person that is not and can drink it casually, the wine casually, and it doesn't affect them? Which one would the Most High give the wine to? He's going to give it to the person that knows what to do with that
They
wine.
be controlled by it.
You would not never give a person that has the drinking problem was under that type of stronghold a bottle of wine, because it's going to be detrimental. If the Most High did not have a ceiling or a condition with His word, a
Right.
cap with His word, and He just gave it out freely, then people would abuse it.
Yes.
Same thing with the person that's alcoholic would abuse that bottle.
Right.
So the Most High is not going to give out the word just freely, just all willy-nilly give it out to people, because people that don't really want it in the heart, they're going to misuse it. And that's what you have with some people that have a little bit of knowledge, that have a little bit of knowledge, have that cap, and that's why you have ones that spreading out that doctrine about the woman in 14:4.
Yeah.
Same reason. That's why the Most High has to put a cap on the mysteries of His word, because people will abuse it. It's the same thing. It's the same scenario. People will abuse that word, and Satan would use them to bring other people in. That's why Most High might get pissed off with the Sadducees and the Pharisees. Woe unto you, you Pharisees, hypocrites! You travel land and sea to make one proselyte, and he becomes
Son of hell.
10 times the son of hell, because they're misusing the word. It's the same
They doing
scenario.
the same thing. Nothing new.
They doing the same thing, Mike.
Today.
And so so that's why he puts a cap on. There's conditions to receive the mysteries
Yeah.
of the Most High's word.
King.
It's conditions.
Glad you said that.
Yeah.
Luke 24.
All right.
Feel like reading just a few verses. Let's start at 33. I guess.
Okay. Luke chapter 24, starting at verse 33. And they rose up the same hour and returned to Jerusalem, and found the 11 gathered together.
The 11.
The 11.
What?
Somebody missed.
Judas is dead. Okay, go ahead.
And them that were with them, saying, The Lord is risen indeed, and hath appeared to Simon.
Peter.
And they told the things were done in the way, what things were done in the way, and how he was known of them in breaking of bread.
Okay.
And as they thus spake, Jesus himself stood in the midst of them.
Where you come from? But then, see, this is what I'm talking about. The that's why he's the first born
That's right.
of the Spirit.
Partaker. Yep.
Because when we get those bodies,
Yep.
we can do the same thing.
That's right.
They say, I can't stand that old BJ, and I just be standing right there beside him. That's up here.
Where he come from?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But go ahead.
I'm going to start over at verse 36. And as they thus spake, Jesus himself stood in the midst of them, and saith unto them, Peace be unto you. And they were terrified and affrighted,
Shalom.
and supposed that they had seen a spirit. And he said unto them, Why are ye troubled, and why do thoughts arise in your hearts?
Stop. One second. On what we was just talking about. Because people think that Christ could do all that because, God had sex with Mary,
Right.
But no, everything that he did before this time, he did through prayer, through the power, the authority of his Father. And that's what he's trying to show us that we can do if we're pure enough for him to work through.
Right.
And so I'm telling you, I think he's constantly purging us because he wants to do these things.
Right.
He needs somebody to do these things
Yeah.
here on earth. But we got to be pure enough. You know, we got to be clean enough for him to work through. That's Psalms 5 and 4 that we always read. What it say now? Psalms 5 and 4. We'll hold your spot there. Psalm 5, 4 and 5. Give me 4 and 5.
4 and 5?
Yeah.
Oh, 4 and 5. Psalm 4 and 5?
Psalm 5, 4 and 5.
Then I thought it was 5 and 4. Okay. For thou art not a God that have pleasure in wickedness, neither shall evil dwell with thee.
Neither shall evil dwell with thee. That goes things from our thoughts to our actions.
Yeah,
you know?
Right.
I mean, we'll never get rid of the thoughts. Ezra's telling us that.
Right.
But Peter was able to do the miracles after Christ came back.
Right. Right.
And we know Peter was still had some stuff in him. Well,
Right.
Paul had to confront him on,
Sure did.
on some stuff.
Yeah.
But you still got to get to a level. I don't know.
Right.
80%, 90%. I don't know what
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah.
But
What's a certain level?
there's something
Yeah.
you got to be clean enough for him
Yep.
to work through.
Right.
Yeah.
What does it say now?
That's right.
For thou art not a God that have pleasure in wickedness, neither shall evil dwell with thee.
Yeah.
The foolish shall not stand in thy sight.
Uh-huh.
Thou hatest all workers of iniquity.
Thou hatest all workers
Yeah.
of iniquity.
Yeah.
Workers of iniquity. Now, and we still doing iniquity. You know, we still,
Right.
we got to get to a point where I can't give my authority to somebody I hate.
Right.
Right.
That's right.
I know it don't sound right.
Yeah, dude.
Uh,
That's exactly it.
That's true.
That's what the Most High. You can't do that.
right.
Right.
The most, if you can't do it, the most high sure can't do it.
That's right.
Okay.
Yep.
But go ahead, bro. I'm gonna get down to where I'm trying to get to.
I'm going to start over at verse 38. And he said unto them, Why are ye troubled, and why do thoughts arise in your hearts? Behold my hands and my feet, that it is I myself. Handle me, and see, for a spirit hath not flesh and
He
bones.
said, what you, why you surprised? I told y'all I was gonna die and rise on the third day.
Right.
I mean, y'all didn't understand what I'm saying. I know you didn't, but none of you asked. You know, because you figure I explain it to you later, but y'all didn't ask. The scriptures talked about it, the Old Testament, you know, but y'all didn't understand. So why do you marvel? You know, I'm here in the
Right.
flesh.
Right.
Go ahead. In my new body.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
As you see me have. And when he had thus spoken, he showed them his hands and his feet. And while they yet believed, not for joy, and wondered, he said unto them, Have ye here any meat? And they gave him
Any meat? Oh, he gonna eat too? So ain't no ghost.
right.
Go ahead.
And they gave him a piece of broiled fish
Yeah.
and of an honeycomb. And he took it and did eat before them.
Keep going.
And he said unto them, These are the words which I spake unto you
Told y'all.
while I was yet with you, that all things must be fulfilled, which are written in the law of Moses, and in the prophets, and in the Psalms concerning me.
Now, I told you, the Psalm told you, Torah told you, the prophets told you.
Yeah.
It has happened. Go ahead. Go ahead. Give me the next verse.
Verse 45. Then opened he their understanding, that they might understand the scriptures.
Now, see, we'll keep reading right there.
Yep.
That's saying something.
Mm-hmm.
He opened their understanding.
That's right.
These are the ones who have been keeping my commandments. Who is he talking to? The 11, right?
Yep.
The one that's been walking with him for 3 years.
3 years.
I know they keeping my commandments. You know, and he still had to open their understanding. They walked with Christ for 3 years.
3 years.
And they still didn't have it all until he opened their understanding.
That's right.
And you've been talking to somebody for 12 hours and you think you gonna open their understanding.
Right. There you go. That's right.
He opened their understanding. The only way
He
to
opened.
open our understanding
Yep.
is what Carlos said right there. The 10 Commandments, John 14:21. Keep the commandments,
Yeah.
and I'll reveal myself.
Yeah.
That's why, like I said earlier, the stuff we say sounds crazy to people because he's opened our understanding. It may not have opened yours. Well, I know he hadn't opened yours if you ain't keep the commandment, because that's what the verse say. That's
right.
what the Bible say.
Right.
A good understanding have all they who keep his commandments. That's Psalms 1:11-10, I believe it is. It's saying the same thing. Saying the same thing.
Yep.
All right. Anything, Carlos?
I wanted to back up, precept that what you talked about right there. He opened up their understanding.
Yeah.
And he said they walked with him 3 years. Give me Galatians 1. He opened up their understanding.
Yeah.
Something happened to Paul. Something happened to Paul too. It's the Most High, the Spirit of the Most High that opens up our understanding. But there is a condition to it. It's talking about 16.
Okay.
This is Paul. Galatians 1, verse 16.
Galatians chapter 1, starting at verse 16.
Yeah, this is Paul speaking, y'all.
To reveal his Son in me,
To reveal his Son in me.
that I might preach him among the heathen.
Okay.
Immediately I conferred not with flesh and blood.
He said what? Immediately what?
Conferred not with flesh and blood.
What do you mean conferred? I didn't confirm with flesh and blood. What is Paul saying? I did not confer with flesh and
I
blood.
didn't talk to no people.
I didn't talk to nobody. But watch what happened. But
Verse
he knew
17.
he had to preach.
Yeah.
That he had a calling from Christ to do something. And he said after that, I knew that. But he said, I didn't go and talk to nobody else. I didn't talk to nobody about this. But watch what happened.
Verse 17. Neither went I up to Jerusalem to them which were apostles
I ain't even talking to
before
the
me.
apostles, the brothers that walked
With Christ.
with Christ.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
But I went into Arabia
Uh-oh.
and returned again unto Damascus.
And what happened?
Then after 3 years,
How long?
3 years.
After 3 years.
I went up to Jerusalem to see Peter and abode with him 15 days.
So that's how what BJ just said. He was taught by men. He said, what did you say, BJ, that scripture said? He opened
their understanding.
and that's exactly what happened to Paul. That's exactly what happens to us. That's exactly why BJ says, don't believe nothing we say.
Right.
Don't believe nothing we say. Get in the book. Whatever we tell you, just like the Bereans did Paul and Silas, go and seek it and see what we're saying is true.
Yeah.
We can say anything,
Right.
but go and see what that book says.
Yeah.
The Bereans challenged Paul and said, well, wait a minute, let's go back and see what this brother's saying is true. Let's go back. Don't never take nobody's word for what is being said. Go back into this word and let He, Christ, the Holy Spirit, teach us this word. Remember that, y'all. Don't, because like I said, we up here we're teaching too. We're teaching, and we're learning as well.
Oh, yeah.
We ain't by far even learned this book. We're learning every day too.
Every day.
And so just don't take our word for it. And that's what happens a lot of times from the deception of the church. Well, my pastor said, or my preacher said, well, what does the book say? What is the book telling us?
Right.
And that's what happens. And that's what Satan wants us to do, just to rely on a preacher that is called of God to just feed us the word, not to read it for ourselves. But it said, but the scriptures BJ brought out said, He opened up their eyes.
Right.
Not Pastor so-and-so opened our eyes. He opened up our eyes. And so we have to allow the Holy Spirit to open up our eyes to this truth. And so that's why it's so easy for us to fall for every winning doctrine, like the scripture says, if we're not getting it for ourselves.
Right.
And so that's just something to remember, y'all. We got to get it. Got to get it for ourselves. Because everybody in this building right now is still learning.
Yes.
It's because we up on this table don't mean that we got some type of halo over our head and know everything about this book.
Right.
Please don't put us on that type of pedestal. But yeah, we gotta get it for ourselves. Okay,
You had some mic there?
It may be far fetched.
go ahead, man.
Oh.
We can put some gumbo in there too.
Well, when he was talking about, BJ was talking earlier about how we should condition ourselves for righteousness. I use the term righteousness.
Mm-hmm.
Try to be holy,
Yeah.
which is righteousness. So
Set apart.
righteousness leads to holiness.
Yeah.
And he's saying, keep yourself clean, keep the vessel clean.
Set apart. Yeah.
Set apart.
Mm-hmm.
And it carried me back to the parable of the talents.
Yeah.
Be set apart.
Mm-hmm.
It's a measure of talents, of accepting
Yeah.
the truth that Christ has
Right.
given us in the
Right.
Scripture.
Right.
And as you grow in obedience
Mm-hmm.
to the law,
Mm-hmm.
then your position with Him increases,
That's right. Yep.
and it's more revealing.
Yes. Yes.
In other words,
Absolutely.
the more we keep the commandments,
Mm-hmm.
He's going to give you more.
That's it.
Precept on precept.
That's it.
Here a little, there a little.
That's it.
Ain't
That's
gonna
it.
just dump it all on you like a big 5-gallon bucket of water.
Right.
Right.
Because you're not ready for it.
Right.
Because we all say we all struggle with
Yes.
something up there.
Yes. Yes.
And we need to define
good.
what our struggles are.
That's it. That's
And work
good.
on them and cast them out.
That's good. That's
And it
good,
just
man.
brought me back to those talents.
That's good.
I mean, when you read the parable of the talents, he was talking to his own apostle.
Yep.
You fit this. The stranger you meet fit
Mm-hmm.
this.
Yep.
You
Yep.
know?
Yep.
It's kind of like, what are you coming for? Are you coming to be obedient, or are you just coming to, that's why some turned and walked away because
Yeah.
they couldn't keep though.
Right. Right.
Ultimately, that's what they didn't want to keep.
That's right.
They thought they did.
Yeah.
They found out what it
They-
required.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, I can't do that.
Yeah. Yeah.
But take the one I was gonna give you.
Yeah.
Give it to somebody else.
That's right. That can do it.
They can do it.
Yeah. That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
You know what? I look at it like this too. That if you're looking at it, that's good, Mike. Cause kind of look at it like this, y'all. He wants us to be set apart,
Set apart.
holy.
Absolutely.
The Most High is already set apart and holy.
Yeah.
So, say like if picture this, like in your spirit, like it's in a dark room, and you got different doors. You got different doors in there, and so what the Most High is doing with us, Mike? You said we got to allow Him to purge us, to keep us set apart, and so in order for the Most High to open up one of those doors, there's something that has to be
Come out of us.
that's got to come out of us.
Right.
Got to come out of us. So now he can walk through that door.
Right.
Once he gets through that door, there's another door right there.
Right.
And there's another something in us that has to be purged. And so because he can't, like BJ was saying, there's certain things in our life that still, it's not of the Most High, and it's got to be purged out in order for him to walk through it.
Right.
And once he every door in our spirit that he walks through, it elevates our faith
Yes.
and our level of
Right.
of knowledge
Right.
of the Most High. But so that's why we have to continue to let him purge out of those things. We're still doing some things that, like you said, that's in us.
Right.
We probably don't even know, but we have to allow him to do it in order for him to walk through all of those doors to get us to the point to where we
We ought to
supposed.
be asking and knocking.
There you go.
on the
We
door.
supposed to. We got to let him.
What's behind this?
We got to let him cleanse. We got to let him cleanse us. in order to go to different levels of faith
Right.
and different levels of knowledge and wisdom of his word,
Right.
he's not just like what you said, pour the whole bucket on you. There's levels to this.
Yes, sir.
There's levels to this. And so that every aspect of our life and the things that we're doing and the things he's trying to purge away from us, we can't, and if we don't allow him to do it, then we're stagnating our own growth
Right.
in him.
That's why David said, "Lord, create in me a
Clean heart.
Yeah, and
Renew the right spirit.
but he had
Yeah.
to allow.
He got to
the
allow
Lord
it.
to create.
You got to allow it to
Right
happen.
spirit.
Exactly.
You got to allow it to happen.
And that's what Christ tells us. Ultimately, be ye holy as I am.
Yes, I am holy. That's right.
That's the whole thing. He's
Set
trying
apart.
to draw you to holiness.
He's trying to get us there.
It's that without holy, you can't see the Lord.
That's right. That's right. And so we,
So it's that purge.
continue to let him purge, y'all. Continue that.
Don't ever assume you have reached
I'm telling
the
you.
pinnacle of righteousness.
Yep.
You messed up.
Yeah, you believe that.
It ain't no coincidence that as we waking up, the world is getting eviler. and
Yes.
eviler,
Right.
Yes.
You know, and it's just to keep your eyes
Yep.
on the evilness and
Yep.
not.
Set your heart toward the world.
Yes.
That's what. That's
Set
what it's for.
apart. Set apart.
That's what it's for. That's what
Come out of
it's
her.
for.
Come out
Woe
of
to
her, my
the
people.
inhabitants of the earth.
Yeah.
For Satan has come down with great wrath.
Great. Yeah.
wrath.
Yeah.
Because he knows that he has a short,
short time.
Short time.
Yep.
And so when we see these things, we ought to know that the time is getting shorter.
Yeah.
It's getting shorter.
Yep.
There was something on that open your eyes part.
Yeah.
And we'll jump right to it. Go
Okay.
2 Kings 6.
Oh yeah.
We didn't read it before, but
Yeah.
it goes right along with what
Sure do.
we're saying here. Let's jump right to it. Well, I'll tell you what. Start at 13. 13 through 17.
Yeah.
13 through 17.
2 Kings chapter 6.
At this time, what's going on is the king of Syria is
Yeah.
trying to invade the northern
Israel.
king. Yeah. And every time he has a plan, Elisha, I think it's Elisha,
Yeah, that's right.
goes and tells the king, okay, don't go over here, they're going to be over there. Well, he tells
Yeah.
what's going on. And the king is saying, well, okay, we got a spy. King of Syria said, we got a spy here. And somebody spoke up and said, no, we ain't got no spy. Elijah keep telling him what you doing.
Yeah.
And so they say, go get Elijah and bring him here. So that's what we're picking up at. 13.
2 Kings chapter 6, starting at verse 13. And he said, go and spy where he is, that I may send and fetch him.
Mm-hmm.
And it was told him, saying, behold, he is in Dothan.
Yeah.
Therefore sent he thither horses and chariots and a great host. And they came by night and compassed the city about.
Mm-hmm.
And when the servant of the man of God was risen early and gone forth, behold, an host compassed the city both with horses and chariots. And his servant said unto him, alas, my master, how shall we do?
You running back in the house.
Yeah.
You walk out on the porch and see the whole house around.
Yep.
And he run back in there. Elijah, oh Lord, what we
Got
gonna
scared,
do?
yeah.
Master, what we gonna do? Go ahead.
And he answered, fear not, for they that be with us
Yeah.
are more than they that be with them.
Man must be crazy.
Yeah.
Say what?
Elijah could see in the spirit.
Right.
Right.
Or even if he couldn't, he said he knew that
He had
God
the
ain't
faith
there.
to believe it.
Right.
Yeah.
And so, I forgot what I was going to say. Go ahead.
Mm-hmm.
Read it and come back.
Verse 17. And Elisha prayed and said, Lord, I pray thee,
Uh-huh.
open his eyes.
Who
That
opened his eyes?
There you
the
go.
Lord.
Lord.
Mm-hmm.
Open his eyes.
Yep.
And we can pray the same thing.
Sure
Same
can.
thing.
If we wasn't so in love with what we already doing.
Yep.
I don't know what would it profit you to just not want to know the truth. In the end is you
It
don't
scares some people, BJ.
in the end you going to hell.
Yeah.
Why would you want to not know the
Scared.
truth and be kind?
Be honest with you, yeah. For some people, they scared. It's fear.
Well, you think I'd rather have the fear than hell?
You know what? I think that
It's still.
also hell is not.
That's right. It's not a reality to them.
Yeah, it's not a reality. It's not a fact. We know, like if you read,
Right.
You're right.
that really make us understand what hell is really like.
Yeah.
But
We know.
it's not really.
It's not real to them. It's not.
People,
They just think they only live once.
That's right. I'm gonna live it up.
I mean, that's kind of where they're.
And God loves me. He ain't gonna put me in a. You know, they have that mentality. He ain't gonna put nobody in hell.
People that I talk to, they don't want to accept the fact that for this long we've been going on this. They don't want to accept it.
Exactly.
Wrong.
It's a fear.
That's the people that I talk
It's scared. Yeah.
to. They'll say,
Yep.
but mom, she taught us, but mom didn't know.
yeah.
We can't follow.
And if people read the Bible, I was having a conversation with my mom the other day. I said, if people would read the Bible for themselves and understand the types and shadows. When Christ came back, he had to reset
Yeah.
their understanding.
Yep. So did.
Everybody was following the Pharisees and scribes,
Yep.
Sadducees.
Yep.
You know, and
With fear.
so you had to leave that
They were
church.
scared. Hey,
You had to leave that and follow Christ.
perfect
Yeah.
example. John 9. What did the blind man's mother and father say to
No, it's, you know.
Yeah. And why?
Ask him.
that?
Don't get us.
Fear.
Yeah.
Fear. They were scared. Don't ask us. Ask him. Because they knew if they followed Christ, they're gonna throw us out the church.
Yeah.
So just ask him. Don't. It's a fear. It's a fear there with the people.
Carlos didn't make that up. There was. They said that if anybody
That's
confessed
what
that Christ was the one, they
Yeah.
were going to throw him out of the church.
So did.
So when they asked the parents, they said,
Ask him.
"Ask him."
He's wrong. He's wrong.
Get us thrown out
They
of
ain't gonna
it.
throw us out. Yeah. It's really a fear there.
And so if people would really understand the types and shadows, if
Yeah.
they had to quit their religion,
Yeah.
then
Yeah.
just like Paul,
Yeah.
he said in the Jews' religion.
Right.
I don't even think you got to it, did you? In the Jews' religion,
Yeah.
Paul said, I had to let that go.
Yep.
Same thing.
Yep.
You got to let this Sunday stuff go. When you know for a fact, you can Google it, that they told you that they changed it.
Yeah.
The Bible tell you
Yep.
that they was going to change it.
That's it.
The Bible told you they going to change it, and they told you they changed it.
Yeah.
And you still think it's
stay
pure.
there. Yep.
How?
Yep.
I don't know.
Yep.
Go ahead.
Okay.
She said, are there any 144,000 walking among us?
I'm sure.
Yeah.
I'm sure because
I didn't tell my micro people.
she said that's why I asked, are there any of the 144 walking among us? I'm sure there are. We're still here. To me, I think that's evident. You know, but like
That goes back to what Tina
Right,
said.
Tina said.
There's no guarantee.
no guarantee.
There's no way for us. Those things wasn't given for us to know.
Yeah. There you go.
Secret things belong to God.
Yeah.
Right.
He's not gonna let you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't care how holy and righteous. you
That's
are.
right.
Because it don't
We
say.
just ain't gonna know.
Only thing we got, go to Revelation 7.
Yeah, that's right, man. Yeah. Some things it ain't for us to know. Just keep them commandments.
There you go.
Let's start at
All you
1.
can
man.
do.
Yeah.
Getting too high for your
Yeah.
britches.
Yeah. Yeah. Some things we just don't need to know.
Start at verse 1.
Yeah.
Revelation chapter 7, starting at verse 1. And after these things, I saw 4 angels standing on the 4 corners of the earth, holding the 4 winds of the earth, that the wind should not blow on the earth, nor on the sea, nor on any tree. And I saw another angel ascending from the east, having the seal of the living God. And he cried with a loud voice to the 4 angels, to whom it was given to hurt the earth
Yeah.
and the sea, saying, hurt not the earth, neither the sea, nor the trees, till we have sealed
What
the servants.
Teal.
Yeah.
Till
Yeah.
we have sealed the servants of our God in their foreheads.
Now that teal, we don't know how, like Tina was saying, we
Yeah.
don't know how long that teal is.
Yeah.
Right.
You can't eat the cake till it comes out the oven.
Right.
But that don't mean as soon as it come out the oven,
Eat
you go eat
You
the
need to
cake.
eat it, yeah.
Burn your mouth.
We can eat it next week. Ain't that right, Brennan?
Let it cool down a little bit.
And there's another thing that we we can't dismiss is our thoughts are not his.
There you go.
Neither are our ways.
That's right.
At best,
That's good,
listen
Mike.
to me clearly.
Yeah.
At best,
Yeah.
we in preparation there.
Yeah.
At best.
At best. That's right.
You living in preparation there.
Yep.
That's why we don't know whether they're here or not. We're in the last days.
Yeah. That's good.
Our life right now is preparation.
Yeah.
The Sabbath is coming. Know that.
Yep.
He ain't gonna work on the seventh day.
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking, it's funny you brought that up. I thought about Miss Mary. Thought about when she was baptized and came out that water. And she just raised her hand. She said, "Thank you, Father. You know, let me see this day. You know, you could have took me."
Yeah.
And I thought about her saying that. I thought about us living in this time
Yeah.
of the awakening.
Yeah.
You know, this is a
Yeah.
turning point, period
Yeah.
of time.
It is.
You know,
Yep.
I thought about the disciples,
Disciples.
them living at the time of Christ.
Yeah.
You know, during that time,
Major turning.
and it's a heart testing time.
Yep.
You know,
So yeah.
will I be comfortable with what everybody else is doing, or do I really want to see heaven? Do I really love the Lord? Not back to what Geraldine was saying. I saw somebody said, "Hey, I don't even know if I want to go to heaven where the angels playing harps and singing all day. I might want to go down there to hill where they party and drink and listen to Lil Jon."
You go right ahead.
Yeah, but that's the vision that they have. You know.
That's why they're not scared of hell. That's why they're not
Right.
scared of it.
Exactly.
Of hell and yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
They don't want to sit on the cloud and play harp.
Right.
You know.
You want to be down there partying.
Whatever that is.
Exactly.
Yeah. That ain't the heaven I read about.
Go down.
And that show ain't the hell I read about.
That's all right. You
Man,
ain't gonna,
we
you ain't gonna be
look at
partying. You ain't gonna be
hell
partying down there.
You ain't gonna be fun.
You ain't gonna be partying.
Read about the rich man Lazarus.
Yeah.
See was he listening to Lil Jon.
I'm telling you. You gonna be partying, yeah. You gonna be partying, okay?
Hey, Rolanda, read that what Odessa Wright wrote when Carlos was talking about the cursed land.
Demons be down there. Demons down
say
there
yeah.
partying.
Well, she started out with remember back in the 1960s.
Yeah.
She said, remember back in the 1960s, a group who identified as African Hebrew Israelite moved to Demonia, Israel.
Yeah.
They lived in fear in a place called the Village of Peace. The Israel government has been merciless to them. They lived in hard scrabble towns in southern Israel. To this day, many have no formal status and face deportation. I just wanted to give some information on these Hebrews who should not have been in the land in the first place because of the strict immigration law, which only allows citizenship to those of Jewish descent, not outsiders.
Yeah. The land is cursed. Basically,
exactly.
confirmed.
Yeah.
What the Bible said.
Yeah.
Like Matthew brought up.
Mm-hmm.
He cursed.
Oh dear.
Cold. Not you.
Nidra said knock. Nidra said knock it down a little bit more.
He ain't shaking because it's cold.
Yeah. All right. Land is cursed. The woman, these women. Give me a Proverbs 6. Like we would start off saying, all this stuff is in code, but it's in code to those who are not keeping the commandment. It's clear. He's revealed it to those who will do what he asked to do.
Yep.
I was telling Mike, I remember one time where my daddy told me to cut the grass. I didn't know he was having company over, And I messed around all day. Didn't cut the grass. I said, well, I'll clean the house up. I ought to be good enough. I didn't get to the grass,
Yeah.
but I cleaned the house.
Yeah.
Didn't nobody tell him that should have been enough.
Yeah.
And we do the same thing. God say do this,
Yep.
and we say, well, that's good enough.
Yep.
That should count for something.
Yep. Yep.
Yep.
Yep.
At least he won't be as mad.
Right.
I gave him something.
Give him something. That's what Cain did.
Dude, that's literally what I was just thinking about.
Yeah.
Exactly what Cain did.
That's exactly what Cain did.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so, I want to try to show how we do. We do this every Sunday. We do the same thing. We try to give God consolation,
Yeah.
pride, or something, a substitute of what He commanded us to do.
Yeah.
Yep. 6. Let's start at 20. Like I said, my point was all this is cold. Cold. Let's see some cold.
All right, Proverbs chapter 6, starting at verse 20.
Uh-huh.
My son, keep thy father's commandment,
Yeah.
and forsake not the law of thy mother.
Stop right there.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Y'all know what that means.
Yep.
Keep thy father's 10 commandments.
Yeah.
And don't forsake
The law of thy
the
mother.
law of thy mother. Who's the mother?
The Holy Spirit.
Oh my goodness.
We know what it means.
We know what it means.
Right.
But see somebody else reading this,
That's
they
right.
think it's your
Your
mom and
physical
dad.
mother. Yeah. Yep.
Oh man.
That's the difference.
Let's read on. Let's see what else there is.
21. Bind them continually upon thine heart, and tie them about thy neck.
Yeah.
When thou goest, it shall lead thee. When thou
How
sleepest,
you gonna tie your mom around your neck? I'm just, come on, man. See, I go ahead. Go ahead. Yeah.
yeah.
Exactly. Go ahead, man.
I'm going to start over verse 22. When thou goest, it shall lead thee. When thou sleepest, it shall keep thee.
Yep.
And when thou awakest, it shall talk with thee.
That's right.
For the commandment is a lamp, and the law is
It's the
light.
Yeah.
And reproofs of instruction are the way of life,
Yeah.
to keep thee from the evil woman.
Uh-oh.
From the evil what?
From the evil woman.
Just talked about that, y'all.
The evil woman.
The evil woman.
Either one of these evil women.
That's it.
Whichever one you associate yourself with is the evil woman. This is what he's talking about now. Now we're going to get into what he's really talking about.
Right.
He said the commandments will keep you
There you go.
from
From
that
the
right
evil
there.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
That's right.
The commandments will keep you away from this false religion, these
Yes,
from
yes.
not being a virgin after
Yes.
you even got out of that water.
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
Yes.
I'm going to start over verse 24. To keep thee from the evil woman, from the flattery of the tongue of a strange woman.
Hold on.
Flattery of the tongue of the strange woman.
Go ahead.
God said,
Yeah.
you gonna get a $10,000 in the mail.
Yeah.
Isaiah 28, 9 and 10. Don't give me,
Yeah.
right things, the right,
Speak unto me.
Speak unto
smooth
me.
things.
Smooth thing.
the tongue, the flattery of the, thank you. Isaiah, from the flattery of the tongue.
Yeah.
That's what he's talking about. Of the strange woman.
The smooth thing.
The smooth things of the churches.
Right.
Yep.
The philosophy that comes out of it.
They give you, that ain't a word, is it? They emotionalize you.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's a word.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's what they play on your emotions, the flesh, and when the Most High is trying to get your spirit right.
Yeah.
But the
Yeah.
evil woman plays on your emotions.
Sets your affections on things of the earth.
Yes.
The evil woman.
Yes.
Yeah.
That wine.
Like you said, the money, the house,
Yes.
the car, the job.
Yeah. That's what they want to hear.
That's what they want.
That's what the flesh
Things
wants
of
to
the
hear.
earth.
That's what the flesh wants to
Yeah,
hear.
that's what the evil woman.
That's right. Flattery of the tongue.
The Holy Spirit is trying to set your affection on things above.
There you
Right.
go.
And not
Spirit.
of the earth.
There you
Right.
go.
Now, so the spiritual understanding of this, he's gonna start comparing a physical woman
Yep.
to the church, these
Oh,
churches
yeah.
here.
Yep.
Well, watch this. Keep going.
Verse 25. Lust not after her beauty in thine heart, neither let her take thee with her eyelids.
I mean, ooh, that shows a pretty church they built over there by your house, Carlo.
Big. Yeah.
I wonder what it looked like inside.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna worship here. I just want to go in and see.
Got a picture of
Yeah.
Sonny Jesus peeking
Yeah.
out the window.
I heard they got a Starbucks
Right there.
an ATM.
Yeah. It do, don't it not? Got a big picture of Sonny Jesus right there looking out the window.
All them pretty windows.
Yeah.
I mean, all the yeah. I went to one with ATM in. Yeah, ATM in the ladder. You know. Shit, only might.
Dang.
With all these amenities,
Yeah.
is what's the word I'm looking for? The same.
Of the world.
Similar,
That's what they are.
They're shit. You supposed to be helping me. They're supposed to be huh? Yeah. They're similar. Yeah, that's the word. Something like that. They are
Something like that.
associated. That's a word I'm looking for. I can't find it. Forget it. But they're similar to a woman's eyelid. You know how a woman can seduce you with the eyelid.
Yeah.
And so these things, like all the stuff that just happened at the other church,
Yeah.
all this stuff with the coffee and the cups that you can bring into the auditorium, and
Yeah.
you know, just all this black ceiling with the dark lights and all that stuff is
Yeah.
seducing,
Yeah.
seducing,
Yeah.
seducing.
Yeah.
Keep going.
Yep.
Verse 26. For by means of a whorish woman a man is brought to a piece of bread. Ooh. And the
Whoa!
Lord.
The bread. What's the bread?
that word.
The word. The word. A whorish woman. She says she's the mother of all harlots. That's what you just read in Revelation.
Yeah.
The Catholic Church is the
Yeah.
mother of all those harlots.
Yeah.
We're talking about this whorish woman. What
Uh-huh.
now?
For by means of a whorish woman
Yeah.
a man is brought to a piece of bread.
This whorish woman
Yep.
is bringing you to come get the word
Yep.
right there.
Yep.
Okay,
Yep.
keep going.
And the adulteress will hunt for the precious life.
Okay.
Can-
The adulteress, as you,
Yeah.
will hunt for the precious what?
For the precious life.
Oh, let me just find the one that saying what I like,
Right here, yeah.
and I'm gonna go to that one.
Yep.
Go ahead.
Yep.
Can a man take fire in his bosom and his clothes not be burned? Can one go upon hot coals and his feet not be burned?
It's hot. You're going to hell,
Yeah.
is what he's saying.
Yeah.
Fooling with these whorish women.
Yep.
So he that goeth in to his neighbor's wife, whosoever toucheth her shall not be innocent.
His neighbor's wife. He ain't talking about your neighbor's wife.
Right.
That's what he's talking about right there.
Yeah.
That's not. Deuteronomy 32, color where he said, Israel is my portion.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Let me see.
It said, Deuteronomy 32, I think it is. If that ain't it, don't worry about it. We'll just go on. I'll just talk about it. It said, when God divided, here it is.
Yeah.
8. Give me 32:8.
Deuteronomy,
Most High. Yeah.
Deuteronomy chapter 32, verse 8.
Yeah.
When the Most High divided to the nations
To the
their inheritance, when he separated the sons of Adam,
Right.
he set the bounds of the people according to the number of the children of Israel.
With 70. Go ahead.
For the Lord's portion is his people, Jacob is the lot of his inheritance.
Okay, so the Most High set a God over all the nations. He said, but the Israel is mine.
Yeah.
Right.
So now you don't want your God. You want your neighbor's God.
Yep.
That's what he's talking about right
Yep.
now. He said,
Oh,
he said
sorry.
29.
Oh man. I'm gonna start over at verse
Yeah.
8.
Yeah.
When the Most High divided to the nations.
Go back.
I'm back in Proverbs.
629.
Oh,
Yeah,
Yep.
my bad.
29.
So he that goeth in to his neighbor's wife,
Yeah.
whosoever toucheth her, shall not be innocent.
And you
okay.
see that happening all through them when they got into the land.
Yeah.
They wanted
Yeah.
the Moabite God. They
Yeah.
wanted the Ammonites God. They wanted all the gods around. They wanted to do what they did.
Yep.
You know? Okay, go ahead.
That's good. Verse 30. Men do not despise a thief if he steal to satisfy his soul when he is hungry.
Oh, Lord. Y'all feel it? Y'all hear that?
Oh,
Yeah.
Look, I know I'm finna leave the earth. I know I'm about to leave.
Yep.
And you're going to have to get fed from somewhere.
Yep.
yeah.
That's why he said at the time of your ignorance, he winked at you.
Yep.
Right.
He can't punish you for him being absent and then you getting fed somewhere else. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
He
Makes
said,
sense, yeah.
men don't despise a thief
If he steal to
If he-
satisfy his soul.
if he's stealing just because he's about to die and he needs
Right.
something to eat.
Right.
Here, take it. I don't hate you for stealing that. From
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
And that's what God said. I'm not mad at you for going over here during this time. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah.
31. But if he be found, he shall restore sevenfold.
Yeah.
He shall give all the substance of his house.
Okay, and that's what you all are doing now.
Yeah.
You're giving up everything to make it right.
That's right.
We was wrong
So,
when we did all that.
That's right.
But now I don't care what people say about me.
Yep.
I don't care about losing friends.
Making this right.
I'm making it right.
Yep.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Verse 32. But whoso committeth adultery with a woman lacketh understanding.
Yep.
He that doeth it destroyeth his own soul.
Start that over.
Yeah.
Verse 32. But whoso committeth adultery
Yeah.
with a woman
Yeah.
lacketh understanding.
Hey, Eric. She's leaving the toilet. Oh, it ain't? Okay. All right, sorry. One more time. One more time.
But whoso committeth
If
adultery
you
with
commit
a
adultery
woman
with a woman,
lacketh understanding.
why do you lack understanding?
Yeah.
Because you're not keeping the 10 Commandments.
Right.
He's not revealing himself to you. John 14:21.
Yeah.
So you don't have the understanding. Because
we-
you over
I-
here.
And none of us did.
Yeah.
But whoso committeth adultery with a woman,
Lacketh understanding.
whoso gather yourselves with other religions, other churches, Sundays, Jesus
Yeah.
lacketh understanding,
Of the
which
Most
we
High.
did. Which we did. At your time of your ignorance, I winked at it. That's what he said. That's what the Most High said. In your time of your ignorance, in the time of our ignorance, why we was ignorant? Isaiah 29
Yeah.
and
Deep
10.
sleep.
He put us in a deep sleep.
Right.
Because he put us in a deep sleep because Malachi, he said,
I'm the Lord thy God.
I think
Change
that's it.
not.
I changed
Yeah.
that.
That's it.
Malachi 3:6.
I changed not,
Therefore.
therefore
You
what?
sons of Jacob are
Sons
not
of
consumed.
Right.
Your sons of Jacob are not consumed. He had every right to kill us
Yeah.
because we committed spiritual adultery. According to the word, the law.
Yeah.
If you committed spiritual adultery, the penalty
Is
was death.
Yeah.
But he said, but whoso committeth adultery with a woman lacketh understanding. So the reason why he put us in a deep sleep. So you got to understand the grace and the mercy that the Most High gave. Because as his wife, he had every right to kill us according to the law. But his love for his wife superseded that, Mike. And that's the part when you really understand what he did. His love superseded just killing. And so we lack understanding because he had to put us in a deep sleep in order to remarry his wife. He had to put us in a deep sleep. And so during that time of our ignorance, that was the time that we was also still committing adultery with a woman.
Yeah.
During that time of our deep sleep. And so that's why it says we lacked understanding. We lacked understanding because we was put in a deep sleep. And so once we come out of that, we got to understand, man, his grace, the grace that he gave us. That's the part that we really got to understand, y'all. The grace that he gave us, that we be able to come back into his fold, and then that the other nations as well, Mike, was able to come into that fold as well. That verse is very deep if you understand what it's saying. Whoso committeth adultery with a woman lacketh understanding. It had to be that way, Mike. It had to be that way. He that doeth it destroyeth his own soul. And so if it wasn't for the grace of the Most High, then we would have been dead. We would have been dead, y'all. And so that's that part of it. The Most High, he said, I'm jealous. I was a jealous God. I was a jealous husband. And so for us to commit that type of adultery with these other churches, and then he bring us back into his fold, that's a wonderful, man.
I mean, like you're saying, though, everything you're describing is he's talking to Israel.
Yes.
Not white.
And man, the
You
love,
get that.
y'all. He's talking about he's upset about this whole book. I'm gonna borrow this for a minute.
Save my spice.
I got him. This whole book. If y'all want to read the best or the greatest love story ever told, forget all these romantic movies and stuff that's out now. If you want to really understand spiritually, the greatest love story ever told is right here.
Yeah.
And you're living it.
And you live in it.
You're right in the story.
Right.
You live in it.
Your own personal life is a part of
Because we committed spiritual adultery, and Satan was able to deceive, Revelation 12:9, the whole world because of it. Because we committed spiritual adultery. I don't know if y'all ever been through a physical adultery. I think that's why I have a great love and understanding. I don't compare myself to the Most High, but when you go through adultery in your own life, and you see how the Most High and what happened in the midst of it is painful. I can't fathom how the Most High, he tells us in there how he's a jealous God, but I can't fathom how he felt when his wife, Israel, went after other gods. I can only compare it to what my own situation has been like. And when you have a loved one that goes out with other people, the hurt that you feel. But when you see how the Most High restores it, and it becomes greater than it was before, which what he did with Israel and with the rest of the nations. That's a beautiful thing.
Yes, it is.
It's the greatest love story ever told. And a lot of times, I don't think we understand the magnitude of it. We do understand it, but when you have experienced something in that
sense,
oh my man, y'all, I'm telling you, it's the greatest love story ever told. It's the greatest love story. You ever hear somebody that go out on you constantly go out on you, and you see how the Most High turns it around, and you see how the Most High had went through that ordeal himself, spiritual adultery. I think you'll get a better full magnitude of what the Most High really did. It's hard to explain, y'all, but know this: if you haven't gone through that, His grace and His love for His people is so strong. Just remember that part: His grace and love for the people of the world, not just Israel, but what He did for the whole world, because Satan had deceived the whole world, is so strong. It's so strong that you start to understand what BJ was talking about about that grace. You really start to understand what that grace is all about, and you won't. I think this is the part when you won't take advantage of everything that you do and the things that you go through, and you try your best in the Most High to live right according to his word and His commandments the best way you can. I wanted to say that because there is a lot in that little verse to me that stands out very, very strong.
Yeah.
And I want y'all to try to feel how the Most High feels about you, how He truly feels about you. Because we can sit here and we can read scriptures, but you got to understand the love that He feels for you. Truly understand how He feels about you. So everybody that's sitting under the sound of my voice in this building, if you truly understand the love, we can't, and I don't know why I'm saying this, but we can't treat the Sabbath like it's just a everyday norm thing that we're supposed to do.
right?
Please don't never get in that state that we just do this just to be going through the motions.
Right.
It's Sabbath time. We got to be here. We got to come here. We got to read. I don't know why I'm saying this, but let's don't do that, y'all, because the love that the Most High has for you is so deep, and we can almost turn what we're doing into church if we don't be careful. Please, let's don't do that, y'all. We appreciate what the Most High woke us up out of this world, set us apart, want us to keep His commandments. This is not just the everyday norm thing that we're doing, y'all. This is when we gathering together to edify, to exhort one another in this word. That's what we're doing. This is not the everyday norm thing that we have to do just to come on a Sabbath. Let's don't do that, because the love that He has for us is far more than we can imagine that He has for us. So let's appreciate what He's doing and what He's done for us and what He is doing, and let's don't keep it as just a norm that we're doing, because it can turn into just a church environment again. We're just going through the norms.
Right.
We're going through the Sabbath.
Yeah.
We're just going through the Word. It's more than that, y'all.
Yeah.
It's more than that. The love. I'm sorry.
No.
I don't know where this is coming from, but I think it needed to be said.
Yeah. I think the main thing is that He made this day for us.
Exactly. He made it for us because of the love that He had for us, and He wants to be intimate. He wants to be intimate with us. So let's don't look at it as a fact that we just come here on a Saturday, we read some words and we eat and we go home.
Right.
Let's don't do that. Let's don't do that, y'all. This is not what this is. We're here to be intimate with the Most High.
Yes.
And to love one another.
Yes.
Okay. All right. I'm sorry.
Good.
Get that
Go ahead.
kind of illustration on what you were saying. Go to Luke real quick. Luke, give me 7. Luke 7.
Ooh, that's too far.
And start at 36 and see everything Carlos was saying. Christ always walks it out. He walks it out. We just don't see it in that context until he opened our eyes.
Yeah.
So start at 36.
Luke chapter 7, starting at verse 36.
Yeah.
And one of the Pharisees desired him that he would eat with him. And he went into the Pharisee's house and sat down to meat.
Okay. Yeah. The Pharisee, Simon's house. Go ahead.
And behold, a woman in the city, which was a sinner, when she knew that Jesus sat at meat in the Pharisee's house, brought an alabaster box of ointment,
Yeah.
and stood at his feet behind him, weeping, and began to wash his feet with tears, and did wipe them with the hairs of her head, and kissed his feet, and anointed them with the ointment. Now when the Pharisee which had bidden him saw it, he spake within himself, saying, This man, if he were a prophet, would have known who and what manner of woman this is that toucheth him,
He said what?
for she is a sinner.
Within himself.
Yep.
Within
Now, he was
himself.
just thinking this in his
Right.
head.
He didn't say it out loud.
Right.
He thinking it.
Yeah. If he had known who that is, now he can't be no prophet.
Uh-huh.
He wouldn't allow this.
Yep.
But go ahead.
Verse 40. And Jesus answering
He
said
did what?
unto him, Jesus answering
I thought he said it in his head.
Right.
But go ahead.
Yeah.
said unto him, Simon, I have somewhat to say unto thee.
Uh-oh.
And he saith, Master, say on.
Stay home. What you got?
What you got?
Uh-huh.
There was a certain creditor which had 2 debtors.
Yeah.
The one owed 500 pence,
Yep.
and the other 50.
Yep.
And when they had nothing to pay, he frankly forgave them both.
Frankly, forgave
Them both.
them both.
Gave
the
them
man
both.
with the 500 pence,
Yes.
$5 million,
Yep.
and the man owed him $50.
Yep.
He says, y'all ain't got nothing to, y'all can't ever make it right, make it up. You'll never have $50 or $5
That's right.
million.
That's right.
So don't worry about it.
Yep.
We good.
Yep.
Go ahead.
Squared away.
Verse 42.
Yep.
And when they had nothing to pay, he frankly forgave them both.
Yeah.
Tell me therefore, which of them will love him most?
Yeah.
Simon answered and said, I suppose that he to whom he forgave most.
Yep.
Whoa.
Yep.
The one that he forgave most should love him more.
Uh-huh.
But that's why they don't teach you how terrible you was. to
That's
him.
it. That's right.
Because they don't want you to love him.
Yep.
Not him. Not this guy. You love that son of Jesus. Who
Yep.
loves everybody.
Yep.
That one right there. Roman God. Born December 25th by a virgin around 30 AD.
Yeah.
You can love him. But we don't want you to love this one. So just start at Matthew.
Yep.
You know, and so you don't learn about the one in Proverbs we were just reading.
Right.
Because if you found out how much he forgave you, you're going to really love him.
I'm telling you.
You're going to really love him. You're going to be here on the Sabbath when everybody else
Come on now.
is there on Sunday. You ain't going to care.
I'm telling you, man. You got to get there.
You ain't going to, yeah.
You got to get there. You got to get
Yeah,
there.
you got to get there.
Yeah.
You got to get there.
Yeah. Yeah.
When you realize how bad you were, you love him.
Man.
That's the end. You ain't got to read them all. That's it.
Yeah, you do.
Don't read the rest
Yeah,
of
you
it.
do. Look at this woman did, man.
Yeah.
Look at what she did.
We'll start over at verse 43. Simon answered and said, I suppose that he to whom he forgave most. And he said unto him, Thou hast rightly judged.
Yep.
And he turned to the woman and said unto Simon,
Watch this.
Seest thou this woman? I entered into thine house,
Yeah.
that gavest me no water for
No
my
water.
feet. But she hath washed my feet with tears, and wiped them with the hairs of her head.
And wait a minute, y'all. These are people that.
Church folk.
Yes.
Yeah.
I thank you. I didn't want to say it, but
Yeah. I
We-
mean, we got to
we-
equivalent, you know,
Right.
be the equivalent too.
it's easy for us to forget what he's done for us and just go through the motions. It's easy to go there, just to go through the motions of Sabbath. He said, since I've been in your house, you ain't washed my feet, you ain't did. But this woman came here that knows that she's a sinner, anointed me with oil, wiped it with her hair, showing appreciation for who she was. And that's all I'm saying, y'all. Let's don't just go through the motions. Please, let's don't start doing that. Going through the motions. We come here to edify, love each other, be intimate with the Most High. That's what we're here for. Anything else that gets in the way of that, it's going to cause division.
Yep.
And somebody need to hear that. I don't know why I'm saying this, man. I don't. I don't
Somebody
know why I'm
does.
saying this. I don't. Somebody need to hear it. But what did this woman do?
Verse 45. Thou gavest me no kiss, but this woman, since the time I came in, hath not ceased to kiss my feet.
Look at her.
My head with oil thou didst not anoint, but this woman hath anointed my feet with ointment.
Y'all got used to me.
Yeah.
Y'all got used to me. Y'all don't do
Well,
anything.
they never repented.
They never repented.
They never have nothing to be forgiven.
That's right.
You know, they felt like, oh, them little funky $50 that you forgave me for. Oh, shit, well, hey, you should have.
Yeah. Exactly.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. So I ain't got nothing to be appreciative.
Ain't got nothing to be
about.
appreciative
I ain't
about.
had but a little sin.
Yeah.
Yeah, shoot.
A little sin.
Yeah, everybody do that.
I ain't do all that they did. I ain't do all that. Yeah.
But this woman knew. Go
ahead.
I'm saying this woman knew what all she had done,
Yeah.
and what she had been forgiven for, and she knew
Very appreciative.
where she was going to be at the
Yep.
end of her life if she stayed the course.
That's right.
They was all damned. That's what we don't realize.
Yep.
All of Israel was on a death
That's it.
sentence.
That's it.
They committed adultery.
That's it.
They was all going to die.
Yep.
And she understood.
Yes.
We don't understand. We do. But the people out there that go to church tomorrow, they have no clue that he gonna kill you when he come back. If we had kept reading in Proverbs, he said when he come back
Yeah.
and he'll find you with that woman, I'm gonna kill you. Matter of fact, we need to go back and get it.
Yeah.
But
You gonna
whoso, thank you. But whoso committeth adultery
Yeah.
with a woman lacketh understanding.
Yes. Yes.
That's why that scripture is so deep to me.
Yeah.
It says so much in there. That's why it's so deep. Well, BJ just said, you're supposed to die.
Yeah. You gonna die. Ain't gonna die. If you gonna get out of it, we're gonna finish it up.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Mike.
Go ahead.
Well, I'm just going to bring to light what you just did at the very end here. It's how what you just went through over in Luke
Luke.
ties directly to Proverbs 6.
Yeah.
It's I mean, verse 26. Well, I'm reading it from the annotated.
Okay.
Which makes more sense to me in this because I see the word. I see they keep adding the word men.
Okay.
Yeah.
The annotated said for a prostitute's fee is only a loaf of bread, but the wife of another stalks a man's very life. Verse 27.
Wow.
What's his name right here in chapter?
Simon.
Simon Peter?
Right here.
Simon the Pharisee.
Right here. He was seeing a prostitute that was doing something,
Yeah.
thinking she potentially was going to receive money,
Right.
but she was seeking forgiveness.
Yep.
She knew who he was.
That's right. That's right.
And she knew her ways were lead to death.
That's right.
Like
She
you
understood
just
that.
said. She understood
She
that.
understood it.
And verse 30 back in Proverbs 6, thieves are not despised who steal only to satisfy their appetite when they are hungry.
Uh-huh.
Christ was basically telling Simon, don't despise this woman. You're in worse shape than she is.
There you go. There you go. That's right.
What she did in her physical life
That's right.
was to feed herself.
Yes. Yes.
You know what I'm saying? She
Yep.
needed bread on the table.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
But it goes on to say now, what she knew, what BJ just said
Yeah.
at the end of this version, he says, but he who commits adultery,
Yeah.
he or she,
Yep.
does it to destroy himself.
Yep. Yep.
And it's used the term he, but it's related to
That's right. Yeah.
he will get wounds and what you talking he is Israel.
Uh-huh.
Which said
Yep.
33. He will get wounds and dishonor his disgrace will not be wiped away.
Wow.
That's what you were saying.
That's it.
For jealousy arouses a husband fear
Yep.
the Most High,
Yep.
Mhm.
and he shows no restraint when he takes revenge.
Hey, that's good. He said, yeah, wait, he
will
showed
accept
no restraint?
No restraint. He accepts no compensation, and refuses a bribe, no matter how great.
When the man husband comes home
Wow. That's
and
good, Mike.
catches you in the bed
That's good, Mike.
Yeah.
with another woman,
Yeah.
well, we are the woman, but with another,
Yeah.
with somebody that ain't him,
Yeah.
Right.
he gonna kill you. That's what he said.
Yeah.
And you gotta understand that in the physical.
Hey.
Much more in the physical.
Hey. Mama said one time somebody gotta die. Somebody. That's what Mama said.
34 in my
Somebody gotta die.
for religious. Go ahead. 34 in the KJV. What is that?
Proverbs.
Jealousy.
For jealousy is the rage of a
And
man.
now, what you say in Exodus 20? He said, "I'm a jealous God."
Yeah.
Right? Okay.
Therefore he will not spare in the day of vengeance.
He's gonna kill you when he come back if you commit adultery.
That's right.
Go ahead.
That's right.
He will not regard any ransom,
Yeah.
neither will he rest content, though thou givest many gifts.
You know, I told y'all that I didn't cut the grass,
Nah.
but I cleaned the house.
Yeah.
Lord,
not
did
regard
we
any ransom.
cast out devils and that thing?
Yeah.
You didn't? No.
Yeah.
No. You didn't do what I told you to do. Depart from me, you
Yeah.
workers of iniquity.
Yeah. Yeah.
Read the next one, dog, and it'll be that was what, Proverbs 6.
Yeah,
Read
Proverbs
7
7 is.
when y'all get a chance.
You can't read it now?
You'll see
I got the whole
That's
thing.
Can't read it now?
Oh no, it's not.
Proverbs 6. Oh, this is
Proverbs
7.
Yeah.
7, yeah.
Oh, chapter 7.
Yeah, I was saying you read 7, and now you got the what is it? The little key that you know when you used to in school. You had the key. You look at the map. You had the key. Okay, this means bridge. This is highway. Yeah, now you know what everything stands for.
Yeah. Yeah.
And know where everything is, and
Yeah.
read the next one and see if you can get it.
Yeah.
See how much sense it make to you. I know y'all got it. I'm just talking to the camera.
You know,
Hey.
Us too, though. I mean, yeah, it's really done.
Yeah.
I love what verse.
Absolutely.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, man.
No, I won't say that.
I love what verse 30 has revealed because it goes back to when I put you in the deep sleep.
Yeah.
You know, I don't really despise you for you hungry for something.
Yeah.
You're not gonna be finding me though. 'Cause
Right.
I'm gonna turn my face away from
Yeah,
you.
that's
I'm
right.
not even gonna look at you, so
That's-
you can't find
There
me.
you go. There you go.
But I don't despise you. I know you got an appetite for quote unquote religion.
Yep.
Of serving a God.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
What you little do you do know is that it's not gonna be me.
Yeah.
Right. Read 30 again.
That's
Something
it.
like that.
That's it.
Proverbs 6, verse 30.
Yeah.
Men do not despise a thief if he steal to satisfy his soul when he is hungry.
You know what they go with? The unjust judge.
Yeah.
Because he told you, I'm leaving. John 14:30, he said, I'm leaving. He said, the prince of this world cometh. Nothing in me. But in Luke he tells you how to deal with that unjust judge. He said,
Right.
bug him to death. Keep asking it. Keep asking. Keep asking. And
Yep.
out of your persistent
Yep.
prayers,
Yep.
he's going to get tired of hearing it.
Yep.
He's going to get tired, and he'll grant you what it is you need.
Yeah.
So even though in my absence, I ain't going to be here, and you're going to have to get justice from this unjust judge, only way you can do it is bug him to death,
Yep.
and
Yep.
he'll give it to you.
Yep.
That's why he said men should always pray.
Yeah.
Always pray.
And not faint.
And not faint, because you ain't asking me.
Yep.
Remember when he said, you being evil, if your child asks you
Yeah.
for an egg, would you give him a scorpion?
Right.
Or if he asks you for something else, would you give him something else?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He said, you being evil,
Right.
you know to give good
Good
things.
things.
Yeah.
He said,
Yep.
how much more?
How much more?
So you shouldn't have to beg God, the Most High,
Yeah.
but you ain't praying to Him. I ain't here.
Right.
Right.
So you gonna have to bug this dude to death.
Yeah.
This unjust judge.
Yep.
Satan is
it.
who it is.
That's
Right.
it.
And so all
it.
the understanding only comes from keeping the commandments.
That's it.
Think we would have read that unjust judge and broke it down and understood it
Yeah.
had we not been keeping the commandments?
Mm-mm.
You ain't never heard no preacher tell you that.
Nope.
Oh,
No, because you in church on Sunday, and that would make him a false prophet.
Wouldn't understand it.
No, not a false prophet. What is it in the 11th, 1 Corinthians 11?
Age of light.
No moral if
Yeah.
his
Ain't
Ministers.
ministers.
Ministers of righteousness.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
You make him one of Satan's ministers.
Yeah.
That's what I want that word.
Yeah.
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 All right.
Yeah.
Who got something?
Mike got something?
Well,
Go ahead.
it's gonna sound like a repeat, and probably is.
Mm-hmm.
Proverbs 6 speaks twofold. It speaks prior to 87. It speaks of those who generation to come is not going to know who they are.
Yeah.
You know, in Proverbs 6, where it speaks directly to Israel, that's a single out people. When you talk about committing adultery, there was no excuse because they already knew there wasn't.
That's
one.
right.
So that's why it's very strong language here about what I'm gonna do to you.
That's right.
But now you fast forward past 87 until Deuteronomy 28, I'm
Uh-huh.
gonna scatter you,
Uh-huh.
and you're not gonna know who you
You're
are.
not- that's
So,
right.
and it
Sleep.
speaks in a different language
That's
to you.
right.
I can understand a thief.
Yeah.
He still call you a thief.
Yep.
Right.
Because you are, we talked, what was it last night? Whenever we were talking about, you are descendants
Mm-hmm.
of
Last
the
night.
thieves.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
We are descendants of the thieves.
Yep.
So he's still calling you a thief,
There you go.
even though he looks at you different. That's the grace.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's the grace he could do
That's
for
right.
you and not kill you, because it goes back to what you were saying.
That's
earlier.
right.
If I didn't take myself away from you, I gotta kill
You
you.
got to. Yep.
But since I'm turning away from you,
Yes.
I'm letting you live.
Yes.
Then I know you're gonna seek food,
Yeah.
but it's not gonna be from my
For mine.
Right.
That's
my
right.
house.
That's right.
Gonna be this mouth.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's good, Mike.
Mm.
Yep.
Yeah.
Grace,
All that
grace.
food we was eating on Sunday was
Grace.
straight
Yes.
out of Leviticus
Total grace.
11.
Yep.
Stuff he told us not to eat.
Yep.
Right.
You know.
Yes.
Anything?
Hmm.
Anything we'll close up with? Anybody got a question?
You didn't bring Eve out.
Eve.
Her name.
Genesis 5.
Oh. Was I supposed to?
Yeah. You want to wait or make that a lesson next?
Well, yeah.
'Cause it'll go somewhere,
Yeah. We'll be here all day.
No.
Let it come out.
It'll go somewhere.
Dog look hungry.
You
we
can
gotta
do it
go.
next Sabbath.
Okay, that'll work.
No. We got a Tuesday coming up.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Right.
Yeah. Let's do it then.
All right.
That's good.
Yeah.
That'll work.
Tuesday.
I know Clary wanted to read the closing.
Okay.
That's all right.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah.
I won't hear you. You probably.
Come on.
Man, you know, I love how the Most High, you know,
Hello, everybody.
you only have a
Hey,
verse and then you turn it into a lesson. All right, what you got? Uh-huh.
That the whole word story.
What the?
Dear God,
Uh-huh. But see, it's reading different than hers, so it
okay.
sounds different.
Okay.
Go ahead.
her
Here.
here, now, my
Final conclusion.
final conclusion.
Mm-hmm.
Fear God and obey His commandments.
Right.
For this is everyone's duty. God will judge us for everything we do,
Yep.
including every secret there
Mean.
thing,
Yep.
whether it's good or bad.
Yeah,
That's
right.
right.
All right.
Man. Amen. All right, y'all. Enjoy the rest of y'all Sabbath, and we got a Tuesday study coming up.
Right.
Tuesday Bible study. So we'll see y'all
Right.
Tuesday. Shalom.